You are listening to audio from the Decidedly podcast. This episode is a highlight clip from this week's full episode. To listen in on the complete conversation, see the show notes for the link to the complete show. You can help us out by leaving us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. We appreciate every bit of your support. I'm Morgan McKittrick, your producer, and this is Decidedly.
What are some of the most compelling stories of your clients and how they've changed their approach and their mindset on money?
Yeah, on money?
Yeah.
Man, I would say, one of the things that I believe, when I coach men, that they lack the most of is just a vision, right? Like many times they're just thinking too small. And a lot of that may have, come from where they grew up. It come from their life experiences, and so I think one of the first things that we look at, and especially as you work with entrepreneurs, that's typically the first, thing, the priority, if you will, that most people are trying to accomplish is making more money, right? That was certainly me years ago, where my life was all out of whack, because I was chasing money and trying to make money. And the point where I didn't have my faith, my marriage was struggling. My kids really didn't, I wasn't the best dad, you know what I mean? I was very unfulfilled, right? Frustrated. Nothing was ever good enough, type of deal. And so I think, when it comes to money, that's typically the first goal or one of the biggest goals that people will reach out that they want to accomplish. And I always say that you should, sell people what they want, but give them what they need. So it's like, hey, I can help you make more money. But in the process of helping you make more money, I'm going to really give you what you need, which is I'm going to teach you how to create the right priorities, right? So it's like, so then that way, as you make more money, like Tony Robbins says, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. The worst thing that I think we could ever accomplish in life, especially, as a man, is that we would make all this money and that we would end up divorced and our kids wouldn't know who we were and we were miserable. We were out of shape, overweight, no energy, stressed, whatever. So I think it's when it comes to money, I think probably one of the biggest things that I've seen that drives me when I'm helping guys is to really help them create a clear path there where getting a new vision, not just a new vision for where they want to be at financially, but a new vision for who they desire to be as a person. How do they want to operate? I like to call it a covenant. Like I like to help a man create a new covenant for his life where he decides, this is who I now am. This is who I am. I don't weigh this anymore. I weigh this, right? Because now I'm fit. I'm healthy. I'm not this kind of husband who's never there. He's never present, but I'm a husband who prays for my wife daily. And, those types of things. And then when it comes to the business, it's let's chase the mission, not the money. Let's not worry about how much money you're going to make. I think you need to set that goal, but it's more of...
And the mission cannot be about money.
No.
The mission can't be, we want to be making $1 million a year or whatever it is. There's a reason that you want to be making $1 million. There's something more important than the million that the million represents, and it's your ability to do this. We can help this many people if we're making this much money. And then it's about the people you're helping, not about the money you make. I 100% agree, Curt, that vision is the biggest thing that people miss when it comes to their money mindset. So we've developed 5 key decisions that you must make to transform wealth to significance. And so for us, the 5 key decisions, the very first one is decide who you are, because it starts with making an active choice to pursue a clear vision for your life. It's not setting goals. It's not developing a strategy. It's not where do I put the money. It's not determining how much money I need so that I can do this other thing. It's who am I going to become? Who do I want to be? And I'm going to actively decide that. And when people don't do that, they run the risk of setting the wrong goal. They run the risk of choosing the wrong path to achieve the wrong goal.
Yep.
Or leaving key components of who they can become off of their plan and not actively pursuing it. So it could be as simple as, and people are often shocked when I share this with them, if you want to become a better husband, that's a part of your financial plan. Wait a second. What do you mean? So you said right now, I'm not very present. I'm not being the leader of my family. I'm not the Godhead and the Christ-like image in my household. I want to become, instead of the absent father, I want to be the husband who prays for his wife. That needs to be part of your financial plan. Why? I can't buy prayer tokens.
Yep.
I can't save money into my prayer fund. No, but you can specifically allocate money to the extent that money is a tool that can provide you more of what you want in life. Money can help you become more of that father, more of that husband. Okay, well, maybe I need to set money aside for date night, put it in the budget. Maybe we need to plan purposeful family vacations that are centered around creating a shared experience so we can get to know each other better. Maybe I want to make sure that the counseling that we do together is never, ever something that we're willing to stop spending money on. It can be a small commitment as far as dollars are concerned.
Sure.
It deserves an equal place in the considerations that you make for your finances.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets to big decisions, right? Okay, maybe I'll take that promotion and we'll move to Cincinnati. Okay, well, you're going to now have to commute an hour and a half to work, right? Is that going to make it easier or harder to be the father that you want to be the husband that you want to be? Okay, well, I'm going to take this job, but it's a really super high stress job. Am I going to be able to come back and be present with my wife? And it doesn't always manifest itself into dollars and cents and how you invest or how you don't invest, or whether you buy stocks or bonds or IRAs or 401k. It's not always that, but it's about making it conscious. And because just like if I would imagine that part of your motivation to stay fit is the way that you want to show up for your wife and your kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, somebody else might go, how does your physical fitness relate to your role as a husband and father? Because if I can bench 225, am I a better husband? No. But that's actually really good information to know, that the reason that I want to stay fit is so I'm a better husband and father. So whereas if the goal was I want to bench 225, I got to spend like 15 hours a week in the gym to hit this mark.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to see my kids. That's probably the wrong fitness goal. The fitness goal is I want to be a good example for my kids so that they develop healthy habits. I want to have energy so I can spend time with my wife. Oh, okay. Well, then whatever training plan I design is going to be motivated by that, not this self-serving, I like the way I look in the mirror goal.
Thanks for making the great decision to listen in to this week's episode highlight. If you want more of what you just heard, see the show notes for the full episode. As always, for the latest decision-making tips, find us on decidedlypodcast.com or on Instagram @decidedlypodcast. And be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter from the link in the show notes. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review as well. We read all of your comments, so if you learned some decision-making tips today, let us know. Until next time, this is Decidedly. Insights, advice, and comments provided by Sean Smith, Sanger Smith, and speakers identified as part of the Decidedly podcast should not be considered recommendations. Speakers not identified as members of Decidedly are expressing their opinion, and their statements should not be construed as reflecting the views of the Decidedly team. This podcast is produced solely for informational purposes, not personalized advice.